What's going on, everybody? OGR back with another Big Blue Courtroom, and I have my two special guests. They're the hosts of the Giant Take. Back with turn down your volume so I don't have to hear you in the background, guys. I appreciate it, though. But I have my good friends Alex and Josh. They brought me on their podcast a couple weeks ago, and they've actually had bigger names on their podcast. So if you guys want to go ahead and talk a little bit about your channel, Alex, why don't you start first, and then we'll let Josh have a little bit of say here too.
Yeah, so basically, we're big Giants fans. We started this podcast in April. Obviously, with all this going on right now, kind of wanted to talk about sports besides just kind of texting on our phones or whatever and talking to our friends. And it's really been awesome way to share our opinions on sports, and it's probably one of my better decisions I've made, and I really enjoy it. And I know Josh has as well.
So real quick, I just want to say hi to a couple people in the chat. Sports Expert 101, Kyle Cruz, what's going on? So Josh, I've noticed that you guys have brought in some actually pretty big names onto your channel. So enlighten us on that.
So we got Paul Dottino. Was one of them. We had Entertainer Talking Sports, who I'm sure a lot of people in the chat know. And OGR, you're good friends with him as well.
Yep.
We also had Keith McPherson from the John Boy Media community, also from Talking Giants, all three people from Talking Giants, Bobby Skinner, Justin Pennick, and also Danny King. Frank Isola, also NBA insider and ESPN on Pardon the Interruption. And also Around the Horn. So we've had some good guests. We're able to not just talk Giants football, but we're excited to talk Giants football here on the live stream today.
All right, that's cool. So what's going on? Kevin Cronin, Alex Sports, another good friend of mine, had him on last week. But so I want to ask you a couple Giants questions here. So who is your most underrated New York Giant of all time? Alex? Well, actually, no, Josh, we'll start with you because I started with Alex last time.
So I really couldn't think of one all time. I mean, I was thinking of Hakeem Nicks.
Honestly, Josh, not to interrupt, but honestly, It doesn't matter if it's all time. It's all time for you. You're obviously a younger Giants fan, but
right.
Go ahead and give me an underrated one. I don't care if you give me one from 2000 or 2007.
Okay, well, I mean, I was thinking Hakeem Nicks, but he's not so underrated. He really isn't. Then I was thinking, do I go favorite Giant? But not, because that's also Victor Cruz. So if I'm really gonna have to think of one right now, when he's been not injured, is Sterling Shepard for me.
All right, and Alex?
One player I always enjoyed watching, I know it's kind of boring, but David Deal, offensive lineman. I think he's probably my underrated player.
No, there you go. Another another regular guest on the actual Giants podcast they do almost every day. Obviously David Deal, a very big contributor on the offensive line and just talking about schemes and whatnot. Kyle Cruz, what's going on? He has a quick question. He goes, Michael Thomas is a good player because of the former Giant. He's on my Texans now. I don't know if you're asking the question. Do you guys know where the actual safety Michael Thomas went? I do not know. I'm assuming he went to the Texans. I mean, he was a solid backup. I thought he was on the Giants still, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think he's on the Giants anymore.
Obviously. But
wasn't particularly amazing, but he's not terrible.
He's a solid backup. Not somebody you want starting unless you absolutely need it. I mean, obviously you can come in and start in a pinch if you need to, but a very good special teams contributor and a solid backup. So moving on. For you guys, what is your greatest Giant moment? I expect probably Super Bowl, but is there any other moment that really stands out for you? Alex, we'll start with you.
Ooh.
For me, it's the 2011 Super Bowl, definitely. The only Super Bowl I was able to watch properly that I was old enough to actually understand, but that was definitely my favorite. I remember the Mario Manningham catch, and I remember my dad, who I was watching it with, he was very confident at the time because obviously he watched the 2007 Super Bowl, and he was like, here we go again. And I didn't obviously understand really. I was like, what's going on again? But that whole drive, and then just I remember the last Hail Mary that Tom Brady threw up, and then Gronkowski almost caught it, and then, it dropped on the ground and we won the Super Bowl. And I remember that was a really special moment for me.
I would have to say the Packer game for the 2011 season when Eli threw the Hail Mary, right? Was it before halftime?
Yeah.
I remember that. That was my favorite moment, I would say, from the Super Bowl season.
That's cool. That's cool. So I just want to say a quick shout out to my Meta in the chat, or Meta. I always pronounce that name wrong, but I appreciate you here regardless. So talking about the Giants, just give me a quick overlay of what you think the Giants. What would you like to see from the Giants this season, or what do you think the Giants will be? Josh, obviously, we'll start with you.
Do you want to start with like a record prediction, or you want to end with a record prediction here?
Why don't you? Yeah, we can end with a record prediction. Why don't we do that?
Okay, so what I want to see from the Giants here is basically progression this season. Obviously, last season they did not play well. The last 2 seasons they haven't played well, and hopefully, I just want to see progression from Daniel Jones. Obviously, the rookies we drafted. I hope the offensive line can build up. Andrew Thomas, I want to see be a very good player because we did pick him in the first round, obviously. And then I also want to see if we can have Xavier McKinney do well on the defensive side. Another solid rookie, and I just want to see the young side of the defense play well. I want to see more of O'Shane Ximines, definitely. He's a player that I really hope will do well on the team. And then if we can find a defensive player that stands out as a captain, as a leader of the defensive side, because we don't really have that. I mean, in my opinion, OGR, I don't know if you think differently. And then going into a record prediction.
I do think a little bit differently, but you can go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. So you let me know. But I would say 6-10 this season.
Go ahead, Alex.
I kind of think the same as Josh. I just want to see improvement. I want to see improvement from Daniel Jones, especially on the fumbling. Hopefully that strengthening that he did over this break is going to help with that. I want to see some of our young players who maybe one of them really take center stage and kind of, be a standout player for our team. And I really want to see our defense improve. I want to see us be, instead of a worst defense in the league, closer to average. I want to not have to watch them convert on third down the other team every single time. And that's really what I want.
So what's going on? Big Blue Jabroni in the house. Another guy I actually had on the Big Blue courtroom. I think he was either the 3rd or 4th guy I had on. So shout out to you, my man. Great. Oh, the Hub in the house. The Hub, a very good friend of mine. And Josh, Alex, I don't know if you've ever checked out the Hub's content. Very good Giants YouTuber, very underrated Giants YouTuber. Go check that dude out when you guys have a shot. Also, so where am I going with this one? All right, so going back to what we said, the leadership role. I actually think that it's going to be somebody who's going to take the reins. Obviously, we don't have anybody who really stands out. I expect a veteran come here like Blake Martinez, who knows Patrick Graham's system, and or Bradbury, somebody on the back end or usually in the middle of the field that's going to take that role and run with it. Because you're right, we don't have a leader. I mean, I really don't see Leonard Williams being that guy. Maybe Marcus Golden if he comes back. And do you guys actually know the date on that transition tag when he officially becomes a Giant?
15th.
15th.
Yeah,
so it's
so.
pretty darn close. So yeah, and I really don't anticipate any team signing him before the 15th. I think he's most definitely going to be a Giant now, which I hope he's happy with $5 million because that's what he's getting.
I like to see what Kyle's saying in the chat, how he's saying he doesn't believe in the Cowboys, Eagles, or Redskins. So he's sending luck our way.
Hey, you know what? I'll take all the luck we could get because right now, besides sweeping the Redskins, am I really confident in what we can do against the Cowboys and that offense and being able to stop that offense while continuing? I mean, I think we'll be able to move the ball on them. I think their defense, the Cowboy fans are totally overrating their defense. They're basically doing a defensive line overhaul, and I don't anticipate them to be that strong, even though they do have older players that have potential, but I just don't. I mean, their strength is their linebacking core. And even last year, they weren't that great against the run, if I'm not mistaken. So at this point, I'll start taking questions, I guess, if you guys don't mind. If there's anything else you guys want to add.
Oh yeah. No, just the hub is right. It's the 22nd, not the 15th. So that was our bad.
All right. So 22nd. I had it wrong.
Yeah.
So he says, looks like Michael Thomas ended up with the Saints, Van Noren said. Logic Talker in the house. What's going on, my man? The Cowboys offense will kick our defense next season. What do you guys think on that? I'll give you guys insight on that. And I actually do have a question for you guys if questions slow down in the chat. Sometimes they do.
Yeah, I mean they probably will, but I'm gonna stay positive and say they won't. Hopefully our defense will have to take a massive step up. That's what I'm gonna say if they think we're gonna stop the Cowboys from scoring a ton against us. But yeah.
We've just had to work. We had to worry about Zeke, obviously, in the past, and then now having. We've had to deal with obviously Amari Cooper, but now Cooper, Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Blake Jarwin's obviously also been, a good tight end replacing Jason Witten in Dallas. So it'll be tough. It'll be tough.
And the hub wanted to let you guys know that the Eagles are collapsing. Also real quick, I had one more question. Oh, and a Louisville Cardinal in the house. What's going on, my man? So my question for you guys, what was it? I had it on the tip of my tongue, and now I have just drawn a blank. So it makes it for an awkward situation. I had it on my tip of my tongue. It was right there, but obviously, all right, here we go. What wide receivers do you guys see making the team? I think 1 through 4 is kind of spoken for. Where do you guys, because with the roster going up to 55, where do you see 5, 6, and 7? And then I actually have another question after that if I don't get one in the chat. And sports reaction, my man, what's going on?
I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, you can start.
I think Benjamin Victor's going to make the team, and I think Derek Dillon's going to make the team.
Any thoughts on David Sill?
I don't think he's going to make the team. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think Benjamin Victor I think if they were going to go for one of the tall wide receivers, I think they're going to go for Benjamin Victor.
Cool.
Who I want to see to make the team is Javon Leake, and I don't think he'll have a hard time doing so.
But he doesn't play wide out, though, Josh.
What, wide receiver, Josh?
Oh, wide receiver. I thought you were undrafted.
I mean, unless they're converting him, is that what you're going? Is that your hot take right now?
Will be the new wide receiver for the Giants. No, I'm thinking Benjamin Victor will make a team. I'm going to agree with Alex. I mean, I also want to see Austin Mack make it actually over Victor, to be honest.
Wow, so you just don't want any – you're like, no, Ohio State players, get away. Just one. Just one.
Only one from Ohio State. Well, I like Derek Dillon because of his speed. So, I hope he makes the team because we don't really have a speedster on the Giants wide receivers.
So Perry Mack says, I think the Judge is going to use Ingram as a wide receiver. What do you guys think?
I don't think so. I think the whole thing that how Ingram is effective is the fact that he's a big mismatch. At the tight end position, he's a mismatch. As a wide receiver, he's going to be going up against cornerbacks. He's not a mismatch anymore. So I don't think they will play him at the wide receiver position like sometimes, but not. I don't think that's going to be his primary position. Gotcha.
Josh?
Well, I think we signed Torlillo for a reason, and that was to block. So, I mean, it could definitely be a possibility where we use Evan Ingram, in the slot, something like that. So it'll be interesting, but I kind of agree with Alex, and I think, he'll be using the tight end position a lot more. But I think we might see 2 or 3 tight end sets, where they're all on the line, going where it looks like they're blocking, but then it might be, Ingram going out or obviously, oh my gosh, I forget his name, the third string tight end.
Caden Smith.
Yeah, I could definitely see him also going out for routes as well. And then maybe Torlillo stays with the offensive line and he blocks.
All right, cool. Meditator wants to know who is the wide receiver that was the tallest. I believe it's Benjamin Victor at 6'4". And the hub said he shared the stream on his Twitter. So thank you, Eagles UK in the house. Another good subscriber of mine. So We were talking about this on the Giants Roundtable last night on Bad Dog Channel. Did you guys check that out or no?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question popped up. Who do you guys think is out there if we go to a 3-3-5 because we are so heavy at safety? Who do you guys think are the three safeties that are going to be out there in your 3-3-5? I mean, I imagine the linebacker mixed in and is probably going to be McKinney and Jabril Peppers maybe, but I'm curious to see what you guys think.
Yeah, I would say definitely Jabril Peppers and Xavier McKinney. Maybe you could see Julian Love's kind of sliding in there somehow, but I mean, there's thunderstorms here, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I could definitely see Julian Love sliding in there. I don't really know. I really don't know what they're going to do with McKinney. I mean, we haven't really seen anything. Obviously, he can play all over, so I really want to know what happens there. Yeah, but I definitely agree with Alex.
All right, I'm going to need you guys to do me a big favor because what I'm going to do is destroy a smoke detector right now because I am getting thoroughly pissed at this. So I'm just going to run into my kids' room real quick and replace that battery. So if you guys could just answer questions in the chat for me, I will be back in about 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
I see a question from Logic Talker, Saquon or Christian McCaffrey. I would definitely
Alex
say
is going to
Saquon.
like that one.
Oh, I do like that. Saquon all the way. Saquon
all the way. I would have to go with Christian McCaffrey.
Oh my god.
Alex, keep feeding them.
All right. Saquon MVP season. Yeah, I agree with you, the hub.
Of course.
If he's winning MVP, that means the Giants are 10-6. I'm for that. Yeah, if he's winning MVP, I'm gonna say we're probably making the playoffs. I would assume.
Wild card, Alex?
Yeah, wild card. I don't think we're winning the division, but I mean, we could. Cowboys have a bad season, maybe, but yeah, we would definitely, I think, make the playoffs if Saquon was to have an MVP season.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I think we'll probably make the wild card, but I mean, it all depends on also how the defense plays as well and how Daniel Jones plays.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Did you guys actually answer this? OGR, who's more important for the Giants' success? Long-term, Barkley or Jones? I think you guys were just discussing that. I'm going to assume so, but am I wrong?
We didn't discuss that question.
All right, cool. Noah Kale, what's going on, my man? What does the kicker situation look like for the Giants?
Well, it all matters.
I mean, right now, Aldrich Rojas is the guy until we kind of, find another way to replace him. I mean, a lot of people said Gostkowski, some say Cody Parkey. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's innocent until proven guilty, but we have to see what happens with his situation. There were some free agent options out there. There's Steven Gostkowski, obviously used to play with Joe Judge in the special teams unit for the Patriots, so that could definitely be an option.
That's your mic was cutting out a little bit, according to the hub.
My mic?
Yes, but it sounds fine now to me.
Okay. All right. You let me know, and then maybe I'll refresh the page or something. But I would say Gostkowski is definitely the front runner if we are going to look for another kicker on the team. If Aldrich Rosas, doesn't – if Aldrich Rosas gets cut because of, what he's done, then I would definitely see Gostkowski coming in.
Gotcha. Sounds good. So, Saquon getting over 1,000 yards rushing and receiving. Rushing for sure. I don't know about receiving. I could be wrong. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think it's definitely possible. I think Saquon definitely has the ability to go for 1,000 yards rushing and receiving. Jason Garrett used Zeke a lot more in the passing game with the Cowboys. So, I mean, it's possible. I don't think so. I think he'll be a little bit shy of that, but I think he'll definitely be over 1,000 yards rushing.
Sounds good.
I completely agree. I mean, we'll see what happens. Could he, show off his, Christian McCaffrey season that he had last year? I don't think so, but I definitely agree with you, OGR, and he'll definitely have 1,000 yards rushing.
So, according to the hub, Rojas is facing 3 felonies: hit and run, DUI, and I think a Cali suspended license. So most likely he's going to be doing definite jail time. So yes, some of the guys names we've batted around absolutely could be possibilities. There's one underrated possibility, and as far as I know, he's still available, and that is Cooper Ruth, and he's actually a free agent kicker from college. Played at Wyoming, has a decent leg, not the strongest leg in the world, but obviously leg strength can be added, but decently accurate. And I don't know if you guys have heard him or not, but he actually could be added at some point. I expect competition here. I just don't expect us to just go out and sign a kicker, but I mean, if we do, I expect to bring in a free agent, a free agent kicker, college kicker as well. But how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look good for Rosas, definitely. I mean, the charges obviously coming in, he was all scraped up right when the police found him too. But I think it's likely he's going to be cut. Very likely he's going to go to jail. I think we're going to be signing one in free agency. I do not know about the kicker you're talking about, actually.
Yes, check him out. He's from Wyoming. He's not too bad. Not the greatest in the world. He's no Blankenship from Georgia, but he's pretty good.
I mean, I have no problem with that. If we want to get, a younger kicker on the team instead of signing like a Steven Gostkowski, I have no problem with that. That's what we kind of did with Rosas. So,
if the Redskins change their name, I'm all in for Pidskins. Some Canadians could have a cool ass boar, or some of the have a cool ass boar logos and skins. Hog's remaining nickname. I like that. I did talk about the Redskins. Oh, here we go. It was Sports Reaction. We have not talked about that yet. I did do a video on it, but that does open the door. He does make a good point. That does open the door for the Indians, Braves, Chiefs, and etc. to actually be thing. I'm kind of getting I'm getting sick and tired of just this cancel culture, to be totally honest with you. Like, I get we're trying to address a lot of these issues that are going on, but at the same time, we have to kind of be careful. And what if we're just going to keep replacing? Because, I mean, where does it stop at that point? But that's just my feeling on it.
Sorry. No, I was just going to say I completely agree with you. I think it's actually been like people have been talking about it since I think Colin Kaepernick has, kneeled during the national anthem. The Redskins really, got the talking started. And now just because of, all the movements that are going on in America, it's really come up again. And now even the Redskins themselves made a public statement saying we're going to review and we'll see what happens.
Which I do like. I just don't like the fact that they're just caving into this hate mob. They're going to do this the right way. They're going to check into it. They're going to get how, a bunch of people think, and they're going to make the correct decision on it. And that's honestly the democratic way. And that's what I like to see. And because that's what those are what our country was founded on. I'm all for change and I'm all for changing things. It's just doing it the right way, personally.
The real question is, if they do change the name, what do they change it to?
Oh, my vote's the Washington Hog Mollies, or the Washington Hogs.
Okay, all right.
And obviously you've heard the Hub. I've heard Washington Warriors. I probably shouldn't repeat this, but the Sports Reaction said the Washington Foreskins. I've heard Deadskins. So a Washington Senators is a possibility. But what's going on, Harrison Jolly? My guy, awesome dude, and I got to see him on Tainer's channel. So really smart dude. I enjoyed a lot what he had to say. And then also, just to go back to the kickers real quick, the Hub also said the kicker from the DC or the New York Defenders has a bunch of experience kicking at MetLife, so that could be a possibility too. But I actually don't know his name right off the top of my head.
I mean, I could get that for you, but I don't really feel like researching the DC Defenders.
No, it'd be the New York Defenders.
Oh, what is that?
Oh no, sorry, it was the New York Guardians, DC Defenders.
Yeah,
they got me all confused. Jeez. Christ. This is why you don't read the chat. I stop ignoring the chat and just talk to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, the
Oh,
Thunder's experience in MetLife Stadium, and the XFL is now done for, right? They
Yes. There's currently lawsuits pending and whatnot. It's just an absolute mess. It's hilarious. So the the chat is enjoying naming out all Washington teams. So I'm going to ask you guys a quick question. Where do you see our pass rush situation happening? And you can loop, if you want to loop Marcus Golden into that, you can. And both of you muted your mic, so very awkward. But yeah, Alex, how do you feel about that?
I was just muting my mic because there's a big thunderstorm here, so I don't want to have the thunder.
Don't worry, it's raining where I am. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. As long as it doesn't knock your power out, I'm happy.
Okay. I think we're gonna have to generate pressure through the middle with our strong interior defensive line. I think pass rushers we're gonna need either Lorenzo Carter or O'Shane Zimenez to really step up.
Yep.
Hopefully Kyle Fackrell can, have a season like he did a couple years ago with 10 sacks or whatever he had.
Don't
and
forget
I think
about Carter Coughlin now. That's my surprise giant of the season.
Yeah, he definitely. I think he'll definitely get minutes, and I think he'll be playing. I'm not exactly. Obviously, he's a rookie. I'm not sure 7th round pick. I'm not. Obviously, some people said he should have been picked much sooner. I'm not entirely sure about him. Marcus Golden. Obviously, we saw what he did last year. But he's also more of a scheme player too, and he doesn't maybe fit the scheme of our defense now as it did last year.
Yeah, and Josh?
Yeah, so I completely agree with Alex. I'm hoping Dexter Lawrence can keep up, the good work that he did last season and generate pressure. I also think even though Blake Martinez might not be the number one guy, I feel like if we can have him blitz a little bit, that could be interesting and kind of cool to see. O'Shane Zimenez, like I said, a few questions ago, that I really want him to step up. So we'll see it happens.
So guys, where do you guys disagree? Because you guys are agreeing an awful lot. And disagreements is where it's at. So where do you guys kind of disagree?
I think we actually mentioned this when you stepped away. Someone was talking about Saquon or Christian McCaffrey. We have very different. I wouldn't say very different. We both think Saquon Barkley is a great player, but Alex thinks he's the best running back in the NFL compared to me, where I think he's he might be 3 or 4. So I mean,
3
I guess
or 4. I can
that.
understand number 2, but 3 or 4? Oh no.
I mean,
all right, Alex. So why do you think he's higher?
Well, I could say, if I wasn't biased, I would say probably closer to number 2, but I am very biased, so I'm going to say number 1. But I don't know what running back number 1 is better besides Christian McCaffrey than Saquon Barkley. I don't know. He had an amazing rookie season. He was injured last year, so you can't really count. Really, he was playing injured, as he mentioned, I think, some time, but he was out for a big chunk of the season. I think he's going to have a big year next year.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm hoping he has a big year. I'm actually probably the bigger of the Saquon fans besides you guys. I mean, I've followed him since
Penn State.
So
yeah, I mean, well, just because I think Derrick Henry.
Actually, TSR did mention that. He goes, wait, did he just say number 4? Who do you have in front of Saquon? Okay, Christian McCaffrey's 1. Who's your other 2?
Derrick Henry's 2.
You're out of your mind. Okay.
Okay.
We're talking about all around back. Derrick Henry is a beast. Don't get me wrong, but we're talking about all around back right now. Now, if you want to say better between the tackles, I'll agree with you.
If Saquon puts up an amazing performance this year, then I'll probably go down to number 2 and maybe number 1 if Christian McCaffrey doesn't put up the year he did last year.
Okay, but I want to know what the other running back is, because if you say Nick Chubb, I'm jumping through the screen.
I think
I would either say Zeke.
No, you can't say that.
Why can't I say that? Because he's a Cowboy? Is that the deal? Sorry, let me just put my opinion through here first.
Yeah, it's all right.
Saquon's only had 2 years in the NFL. His rookie year was amazing. Don't get me wrong. Last year was great when he was playing, but he was injured also for a chunk of the season. So I don't really know if I can already put him as a second or the best running back in the NFL when, first of all, He's only had 2 years, and he hasn't started every single game in those 2 years.
And these are very fair points. And bad diggity dizzle in the house, guys. And very good friend of mine obviously brought me on last night with the Giants Risable, and that was an absolute blast. And make sure you guys, after I'm done, because I go for about 8:30, you can go right over and watch Bad Diggity Dizzle and Entertainer as they do Talking Giants at 9 o'clock. Apparently, you've been Josh. I'm just letting you know, Josh, you've lost your New York Giants license. I am sorry. It has been revoked by TSR. You're gonna have to talk about TSR about getting it back. It's probably gonna be about $100 fine, so don't worry about it.
Okay,
it's not too bad.
Wow.
As we wait for more questions from the chat, who is your most underrated team in the NFC and your most underrated team in the AFC? What's going on, Karen? And New York Mets, New York Giants, also in the house. What's going on? Yes, Nick Chubb did have a terrific year last year.
This I will be biased about. In the NFC, well, can I go with the Giants? Is that allowed now?
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask TSR because your card has been revoked. But all joking aside, yes, you can go with the Giants.
All right, so I'll go with the Giants there, and then the AFC. Geez, I would have to think about that for a little bit. Alex, I want you to start, and then let me find a team in the AFC. I want to think.
You have to find a team in the AFC. You know, Josh, I'm giving you one. Denver Broncos.
I was literally about to say the Broncos.
But they're not really underrated though, because a lot of people are really hyping them up for this season.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, no, actually, honestly, no team in the AFC West is actually underrated. To be totally honest with you, not a single one.
That's true. Oh, I know Alex is gonna like to say the Colts, so I can steal that from him. Maybe.
No. You can't. Yours. Well, you're sticking with me, Josh. You're sticking with me. Let Alex know that.
Say the Colts, and now you stole it from me, so I'm gonna have to say a different team. Yeah, I agree. I was actually thinking about saying the Dolphins. Dolphins definitely could be a surprise team this year. I
guys are no longer allowed to read chat anymore. I'm just joking, guys. I love you.
Oh, I like what TSR is saying because he gave me it back, by the way. I have my card back now.
All right, that's good. That's good. So the hub says he's leaving. So everybody say bye to the hub. And yeah, man, I appreciate you stopping in. And yes, we will work together. I actually wanted to do an emergency stream with you at some point today, even discussing the discussion of the Washington Redskins, because that would be a very good stream with you because we all, we both are level-headed guys. All right. So this is obviously bigger news. And TSR says, OGR Sports, could Cam Newton and the Pats surprise people? Everyone is writing them off. Alex, go first.
Yeah, I definitely think they can. They still have Bill Belichick, so you can never really count them out. I think Cam Newton, I don't really understand.
Probably the best defense in the NFL, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think Jarrett Stidham, they obviously see something in him. Obviously they brought in Cam Newton, but I think Cam Newton is still going to be a good enough quarterback. I mean, if you think about it, Tom Brady wasn't really that good last season. He's definitely regressing a little bit, but I think Cam Newton, he's going to come in there and I think he's going to do a solid job. And I think their team is going to make the playoffs for me. I think they could even win the AFC East, in my opinion.
All right, Josh?
Oh, definitely don't count them out. I don't really know who is counting them out. I'm not. I could definitely see Cam Newton playing really well, and the Patriots offense and defense, like you mentioned, probably the best in the NFL, right? Is that what you said? Best in the AFC or best in the NFL?
I said both. Yeah. It's best in the AFC and best in the NFL.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. I just want to mention Bad Dog actually said for AFC, I think he said the Dolphins.
Yes, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Which Alex borrowed off. So honestly, for me, if the Dolphins are going to contend, to be totally honest with you, Tua's got to come out there and hit the ground running. And I know Bad Dog has a lot of confidence in Tua, but I got to see a healthy Tua, just like I have to see a healthy Cam Newton. I don't know where his shoulder is. I don't know where his knee is. Like he looked okay last year when he, the little time he got, but I really don't know with Cam Newton. Obviously, the Patriots are, can string things together. But I also did hear a report that people actually have Stidham still starting over Cam Newton. What do you guys think about that? I think it's pretty laughable at this point, but I just wanted to get you guys' quick hot take on that.
So actually, the last two podcasts, we mentioned this in the intro. Both times because we addressed Cam Newton's contract and the other one, and then we said it again in the last episode. But Alex does think Jarrett Stidham will start. I don't think so at all. Even though Jarrett Stidham is the future, and I think they brought in Cam Newton as a mentor for him, I think that's Belichick's guy at quarterback. But no, I don't see Jarrett Stidham whatsoever starting.
Alex?
I think I'm kind of 50-50, but I'm leaning that he might actually start, because why would the Patriots wait so long to, find a quarterback if they didn't trust Stidham? So I feel like maybe they were waiting for that. But then again, maybe they had to deal with Cam before. But I'm not really sure. I just have some weird feeling that they're going to start Jarrett Stidham.
Cool. So I had another question lined up, and again, my mind clearly was wandering. I don't know why. I swear to God, I'm on drugs right now. But man, I had an excellent question for you guys. Oh yes, I missed a question in chat. Now going back to it, how do you think Jason Garrett will affect this offense? Because I know somebody did ask about that, and I kind of missed that. So, your thoughts, Alex?
I think we're going to be running the ball a lot more this season. We didn't run enough last year. Obviously, part of that had to do with the fact that Saquon was injured a lot of the time. But I think we're going to be using a very similar system to what he did in Dallas as the offensive coordinator. I think we need to use Saquon more. He's the best player on our team and definitely the best player on our offense. And really everything should be going through him. And I think we're going to run the ball a lot. And I think Darius Slayton's going to have a really good season, because I think those long passes that Jason Garrett often does, I think he's going to have a really good year over the top of the defense.
Josh?
Yeah, I see Daniel Jones throwing a lot of long balls. We obviously saw that with Dak Prescott. He had a target in Amari Cooper, but I could definitely see Daniel Jones throwing a lot of deep passes, whether it's to Golden Tate, Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram as well.
All right, cool. And I mean, to piggyback off that, do you think that the 8 pounds of muscle will have a benefit for Daniel Jones? Muscle can slow you down a little bit, but depends what type of muscle you build up. So, Alex?
I think it should. Hopefully, maybe it'll help with the fumbling problems a little bit. I'm not banking on that. But I think in general, our offensive line, we still have a rookie tackle on the left side. So he's still, even though Andrew Thomas, I think he's going to have a good season, he's still going to make mistakes. So I think our offensive line, as much as we improved it this year, it's still not like a completely solid offensive line. So I think Daniel Jones is going to have to take hits, and that extra muscle is going to help prevent injuries and stuff like that.
Josh?
Yeah, definitely agree with Alex. Again, sorry, OGR, but I definitely think the muscle is going to help.
I'm slamming my mic down. I quit. No, I'm joking, man. It's all right.
Yeah,
I expected it. You guys do a friggin' podcast together, so I mean, come on now. It's no big deal, my man.
I see a question from Kyle in the chat. He said, "Do you think the Bucs are overrated because they have Tom Brady?"
Yeah.
That to me, that's part of it. But I'm gonna let you guys answer that.
Yeah, I think so. Tom Brady isn't the same quarterback he used to be.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%.
Yep.
So just because they have Tom Brady, it's not like he's not a Super Bowl winner. You put him on your team, he's going to win you the Super Bowl anymore. He's not. I don't think he was ever really that kind of player, but I think he's.
Oh, not that type of. You're talking about a former MVP, Alex.
Well, no, I'm saying he's a good. I stuck myself in a hole here, but
yeah, you did. You did yourself a ditch, and now OGR is going to attempt to dig you out.
I'm gonna I'm gonna come out the hole on the top. I'm gonna say Tom Brady is not the same player he used to be. He used to be able to win you a Super Bowl, so I'm backtracking now. But I think he's not the same quarterback. So I think the Bucks don't have the best defense either. They still have some weaknesses in the secondary. And I think their offense, obviously they have a lot of weapons. Their offensive line also a little bit weak. And I think with Tom Brady aging, I think he's going to need a good offensive line, and he might get hit a few more times than he wants to.
And Josh?
Well, you also have to factor in that I would say Julian Edelman hasn't – I mean, he was their only star receiver on the team. And now he's got Mike Evans. He's got Gronk again. I mean, we'll see what happens with him. He's obviously got Godwin, who's a great receiver as well. So you really have to factor that in.
So my favorite, I should say, if I'm Jekyll, he's Hyde. That's Clocks. A good supporter of mine. He goes, let me bring this up here. He goes, why is everyone so high on Judge? 6 months ago, no one knew who he was. He's never coached a game. Can we just wait till the end of the season, see how he calls the game, and give him a grade? What do you guys think about that? Clocks dropping the mic on Joe Judge. Josh?
Yeah, I'll go first. So we were talking about it, before recording that Joe Judge, he was a special teams and wide receivers coach on the Patriots. I really looked at it as who he was coaching with. That obviously was Bill Belichick and Nick Saban. And I really didn't think highly of him. I thought he was a bad.
I'm laughing because because Alex will get a kick out of this.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. I'm running for president in 2024, so you'll see me there.
Alex, you're not old enough.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
All right, continue on with your point.
No, so I was just saying, I really think what it was is the reason that I'm high on him is really the press conference. That first press conference, he talked about how he was a no-nonsense coach. And with obviously what's happened recently with DeAndre Baker, if he stays with the Giants, which I hope he will, I think that's already one person that he can help hopefully, train to be a better-minded player and a better player overall. And I don't know. I just think he's a nice younger mind in the NFL, right? I mean, am I wrong? I just think I really that's why I like.
Definitely a younger coach, yeah.
We haven't really seen anything, obviously, from him. Like the players haven't been on the field, but just from.
But Ben McAdoo was a younger coach too, so.
Right.
It wasn't exactly uplifting.
The only reason that I'm high on him is from the press conference. That's all I can really say. Because
I mean, you're right. That's all we have to say. I mean, right now, I'm not gushing over Joe Judge, but most coaches don't go through what Joe Judge has gone through in the time he's been here, and he's handled it with grace. So, I mean, that does show leadership. That shows you somebody who, thinks before they do and, does the respectful thing. Alex?
Yeah, I mean, the press conference really gave me confidence. Obviously, we have no idea really what he's going to be like until week 1 or because actually preseason maybe. But I think as a Giants fan, we all have confidence and we're not going to say, this coach is going to be bad. So I think we're all have high spirits. So I think he's going to be good. I think what he's done, his decisions in the offseason and stuff like that has given me confidence. So I think he's going to be a good coach, but I can't say that for sure.
Gotcha. Did I miss any? I just want to make sure I didn't miss any questions.
Yeah, well, I just want to say what Big Blue Jabroni said, that he thinks Judge has control of the room, something we haven't had since Tom. Not saying he will win us 2 Super Bowls, but the locker room issues should be over with him now. And then also, Perry, I think I'm saying that right, Perry Mack said his opening speech was uplifting.
Oh, absolutely. I loved his opening speech. I mean, I was ready to run through a brick wall. I don't know about you guys. Giants Alliance in the house. Another good Giants content creator also was on the Giants Roundtable last night. Oh, hey OGR, who's your favorite positional coach on Joe Judge staff? Well, mine is Burton Burns. I love the running back coach out of Alabama. You see what he's done at Alabama with all those running backs. I'm thoroughly impressed, and he's gotten high praise from almost every running back that's in the NFL from Alabama. So I am really excited for Burton Burns. I mean, I'm also excited for Coach Chaos and Chaplinsky, but for me, it's Burton Burns. Alex, who's your favorite positional coach for the New York Football Giants?
I'm gonna say Mark Colombo. I'm excited. I think he's gonna hopefully help our offensive line, which we've needed desperately. We actually have some talent at the offensive line position for him to work with. So I think it's gonna be. I think he's gonna have the biggest improvement and really help our team improve.
Josh?
I would have to say Colombo. I would have to say Colombo as well, just because of I hope that he does.
Christ, what am I dealing with? No, I'm joking, Josh. I love you, man. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't want to do. Can I say Burns as well? I mean, can I double up?
Hey, you can go Coach Chaos from Penn State, bro.
How about I just say Freddie Kitchens, because I think he'll do amazing with Evan Ingram.
Freddie Kitchens, hell yeah! I thought wouldn't mind me some Kitchens. And after you get done, Josh, I gotta clean Clock's clock.
Kyle said, the Giant take, are you a Knicks fan? If so, who do you think they should draft? I'm a Knicks fan. Alex is a Nets fan, sadly. Who do I think they should take in the draft? Onyeka Okongwu, wherever we get in the draft lottery, I think is a good player as well. I know this is a Giant stream, so I want to let OGR lead this, but that's all I want to say on that.
All right, that's cool. Maybe we'll talk a little bit of basketball at the end of the stream. He says, are you surprised that a coach handled pressure? Geez. Well, Clock, considering the fact that I've never seen a coach handle a pandemic, considering Clock, I've never seen a coach have to handle the amount of pressure he's been under as far as all the uprising this year in the NFL and around the league. I've never seen a coach have to handle that, and Joe Judge has done it in spades and has said the right things at every point, because you say one wrong thing now as an NFL coach or a leader, period, you will be brought down to your knees, and he's handled it with class. So yes, Clocks, under pressure right now, considering we've never seen this in the history of the NFL at this point, you are absolutely right. Yes, I am amazed by what he has done by handling pressure, because a lot of coaches, you have to be careful what you say now and how you say it. So yes, I am thoroughly impressed, and I'm thoroughly impressed with all other 32 coaches around the league, because you've seen just what has happened if you wear an OAN shirt when you're fishing. So I'm just saying. OGR a little fired up, guys. I apologize.
We got a question from fans saying, do you guys think the Giants will have a top 5 defense this season? I say no.
I say absolutely no. Alex.
Absolutely no. Maybe offense if we're lucky, but absolutely no for the defense.
Absolutely no for defense is right.
Hey, thank you, Kyle. The Giant take, you guys are awesome. Never seen a better duo. I will accept that gladly.
So, I'm just gonna mix it up here, a little bit of sports in there, just general sports. So besides basketball, we obviously know Alex loves the Nets. Don't know why. We know you love the Giants. Do you have an NHL team? Do you have a baseball team? Alex first, and then Josh.
Josh is a big Yankees fan. I'm not as big into an NHL and MLB. I watch mainly, it is very sad, but I watch mainly NFL, NBA, and soccer.
All right, got you. Soccer fan. So do you watch overseas? Do you watch the MLS?
Yeah, Premier League. I'm a Chelsea fan.
Dude, I'm a Chelsea fan too. I love me some Christian Pulisic, and he's been killing it of late.
Yes.
I mean, we don't get those 2 penalty shots if Christian Pulisic's not driving in and whatnot. And I am so disappointed. Willian is going to end up, obviously, I think he's going to end up going to a bigger club, to be totally honest with you. The kid's awesome. I can't wait to see him at Brazil as well when the national team plays. But Willian, hell of a penalty shot. Oh, well, hell of a penalty shot and hell of a free kick as well.
Well, it'd be great if we could actually beat a team that wasn't facing relegation.
We did. It's called Leicester City, and then before that, Man City.
Oh, and then that loss to West Ham was not very good either.
Yeah, but you know what? Before that, we were playing excellent ball before West Ham. Our defense fell absolutely apart during the West Ham game. But so Kyle wants to know, Josh, what was your reaction to the Astros hitting the game-winning home run against the Yankees?
Oh, against Chapman is what he's talking about. Not happy, I guess. Do I even say I was a little more happy when they got caught cheating? No, because they got to keep the trophy and they got what the I still think the punishment against them was literally nothing. I mean, sure that their coaching staff got fired. Okay, I mean they'll still be a good team. The players weren't, that's because of the Players Association. They weren't punished at all. But no, if you're gonna talk about the Aroldis Chapman pitch to the Altuve home run. No, I was not happy, and that's been now 3 years where we made the playoffs and still have not even made the World Series.
So, Josh, I will say this: the Yankees are not out of the woods yet on the cheating scandal. They're going to unseal that letter, or that document.
Judge wants it unsealed, so let's do it. I don't care.
I'm just saying, you know what? Do you know why baseball didn't really punish the Red Sox, even though the Red Sox are just an Apple Watch, and they really didn't punish the Astros? Because it's a dying sport, and they can't afford any more bad publicity. They almost didn't have a season. So, I mean, let's face it, MLB is suffering big time. I mean, it's getting to the point MLB might not even overdo NHL. And the NHL's coming back, and nobody's talking about that either, so. It's honestly the Rod Manfred's been a terrible.
Oh my gosh! Especially recently, it just showed how bad he's been. He can't even make a plan with the owners and the players, and it's so hard to be an MLB fan because I mean, finally we have baseball, and it's so cool to see Garrett Cole pitching against Judge, Torres, Urshela, stuff like that. But still, like how long it's taken for Manfred to finally make a correct deal, and then him having to schedule emergency meeting with the Players Association, like the leader of the Players Association. That's it's awful.
I didn't even think we touched on this topic, but I just want to comment on the sports reaction. He says, "Go Yankees," and then F the Red Sox. If you guys didn't know, I am a Red Sox fan.
Josh.
Oh no.
Yeah, Red. Wait, what are you going to do now, Josh? What are you going to do now? I can mute you at any moment. Joking.
He's leaving the screen.
I'm logging out now. But I mean, are you do you hate the Yankees? I'm sure. Are you a diehard Red Sox fan? Are you a diehard Red Sox fan?
Of course I'm a diehard Red Sox. I hate the Yankees with a passion.
All right, that's fine. As long as we're still better than you and you guys. I mean, that's fine.
Right now you are.
You don't even
2 years from now, no.
You don't have bets anymore, so I don't really see you guys doing it.
No, I mean, we're still a solid roster. Like, everybody's Betts is going.
Oh, wait. So then I have a question for you then. What did you think of the Betts trade to the Dodgers?
I'm fine with it. I mean, what else are you going to get? Everybody knows this guy's got you over a bargain. Like, everybody expects, it's simple with the OBJ trade. Everybody expects you to get all these great picks and all this great stuff. In reality, you're not going to get that when the player has leverage. Betts had leverage. Pay me. Because wherever I'm going to go, they got to pay me. So as long as Betts didn't go to the Yankees, I'm happy.
Did you even get you didn't even get a major leaguer? You got 2 minor leaguers though.
Yeah, but a minor leaguer that started with the Dodgers last year.
Okay.
So and a very good prospect in his own right. So we'll see. And that's where it happens. I mean, look at what the Red Sox did when they had I think after not 2013, but before 2013, where we traded away almost everybody from that World Series roster. And everybody's like, oh, what did you get for it? What'd you get for it? And then 2013 rolls around and we're World Series champs. So.
Oh, we got a question. We got a question from Clocks over here. Have you ever thought why our Giants
owners probably?
Oh, he meant owners.
Oh, okay. Owners went the cheapest route when it came to hiring these new coaches. Interesting. OGR, how about you start with that then?
Why do I start with that? Why did they go the cheapest route? How is it cheap? How is Jason Garrett cheap? How is Freddie Kitchens cheap? All these guys that we have are well-named coaches, either in the collegiate level or at the pro level. So I don't get where he's going cheap. Cheap is contract. They got it over a bargain because I love all our positional coaches. I can honestly not say that about the Giants last year. I mean, Ty Tolbert did a hell of a job with the wide receiver. Obviously, see what he did with Darius Slayton. Burton Burns is a master with running backs. It's very clear what he did at Alabama. Coach Chaos. Penn State has led the nation in sacks the last how many years? I mean, every guy has had great success. And before Freddie Kitchens took over at Cleveland and was a little bit of an embarrassment, Freddie Kitchens was a very talented coach in his own right. That's why he became a head coach. So I really don't get what Cox is trying to say. What about you, Alex?
Sorry. I was just going to say he probably was only thinking about Joe Judge.
Yeah, I think he was referring to the fact that we didn't get Matt Rule because, of course, he wanted really big money, and I think he was referring to that.
Also, what was it? McCarthy, right?
Yes, McCarthy's up with Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Ooh, Kyle said, I mean, you took Garrett Cole. Oh, he's an Astros fan. Are you kidding me? You took Garrett Cole from us, so I hope that brings greatness to the Yankees. I completely understood why you were mad. I was celebrating. Were you celebrating when they were caught cheating? That's a real question. With only 60 games, everyone will have a chance. Completely agree with you, Big Blue Jabroni. Definitely. Hopefully the Yankees do win the World Series, though. Everyone's going to say, I feel like if we win the World Series, though, everyone's going to say, oh, it was a shortened season. You got the shortened season. This is only like
I honestly don't think the shortened season helped you guys out at all. Actually, I think it's a detriment more than it's actual help because most of your players take a little while to get going. Aaron Judge takes a little while to get going. Is Stanton still on the Yankees, right?
Stan, yeah.
Yes, Stanton takes a little while to get going. Even Sanchez takes a little while to get going. So for the Yankees, honestly, I don't think a shortened season helps you out because a shortened season, you can't get 7-5 games behind. You're going to have to stay right in contention the entire time. I honestly expect the Red Sox to jump out to an early lead because I just think we're better suited for it. I'm not saying we're going to be there at the end, but I expect the Red Sox to be ready to go. It's just I'm sorry. I just believe in our system and what's going on as far as general manager goes.
Also with the Yankees, with our injury troubles, at least the last 2 seasons, players have been injured for 50, 60 games. And that's usually just like not little, but that's a chunk of the season. Now, if you're injured for 60 games, we're not going to see you until the playoffs. So
Very true.
It's not good at all for us. Yeah, you're definitely right.
So what's going on, Sabrina? You see OGR missed the point. You guys didn't. All right, I missed the point. Well, then write a better question. I don't know what to tell you, Cox.
Ooh, TSR says Pat Shurmur stinks. I would agree.
I agree.
But you know what? Also, there's no direct correlation between a coach going up to the coaching ranks as far as like being a head coach and then their ability to coach a lesser position like defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator. Like Pat Shurmur is a very talented offensive coordinator. I think you guys would agree on that.
Yeah, it was just the timeouts that he took. Some of those timeouts late in games.
Oh no, his decision making as head coach was atrocious.
Yeah, he just didn't prepared enough. That was my biggest issue.
Bag Dog
would come out of.
Oh, go ahead, Alex.
Oh, sorry. I was saying he would come out of those after the game and just like not like care. Like I don't know, just not a big Pat Shurmur fan.
I think a lot. Bad Dog. You want to see a Pat Shurmur fan? I've never seen Bad Dog get so fired up in my life. At the end of that game, we did a Giants meetup last year for the Jets game, and everybody, a lot of the big name YouTubers got together, and it was awesome. But Bad Dog can scream. Let me tell you.
Ooh, Bad Dog said get going. They need to get going right out the door. I'm sure referring to the Yankees because I know Bad Dog is a Yankees fan. Yeah, I completely agree. Big Blue Jabroni said Glaber always starts red hot, though. Completely agree with that. Every time we play the Orioles, as long as Glaber is hitting 2 home runs in that series, that's fine with me.
Heartstorm, what's going on? He says, hey, I'm late. I need the link, bro. Heartstorm, that was next week. Not this week. Next week, I'm going to have you on. I'm sorry if there was a little bit of confusion.
Oh, Kyle, Josh, I hope you're not mad at me for being an Astros fan. In fact, I lost some respect for my team. Well, I'm glad that you actually cared. I just don't like the Astros fans that completely deny the fact. And then when the whole envelope situation happened, all the Astros fans turned to Yankees and they're like, oh, what's going on here? Ha ha ha. And like all the Astros players as well. I was seeing Bregman, Correa, they were all tweeting it out like, oh, what's going on here? And then Judge, when the Astros scandal came out, Judge tweeted out who what or something like that. And then Bregman like retweeted it and said who what, like he just retweeted what Judge said. And they don't even know what the envelope was talking about. What we do know, though, is that it wasn't anything close to what the Astros did.
My point is, OGR, everyone was sniffing Rule's farts until he asked for a ton of money. I didn't mind Rule. I like what he did at it. But yeah, sorry for the confusion again, Heartstorm Media. But anyways, guys, we've gone live for about an hour here, so I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you for accepting my invitation. But Josh and Alex, I'll give you guys some final say, and then I'll close it out.
Yeah. So I'll go first. Thank you so much for having us on. It was so much fun. Definitely make sure to get OGR to 1,000 subscribers. I know he's been getting up there, so make sure to get him there.
And Josh?
Yeah, thank you so much for having, us on. I hope you go check out the OGR episode on the Giant Take podcast and keep watching his videos because they are great content and they're like perfect length as well.
Yes, wow. I try to keep it between 5 and 8 minutes, but some have actually been shorter because I'm just honestly, I just talk way too damn fast, to be honest with you. But anyways, guys, it's been OGR, and I'll catch you on the next vid. See you later, guys.